Hi guys, I'm Ershad from Mr. Phone, and today is the third episode of News with Mr. Phone. We're going to be doing this daily up until at least April 14th, so keep watching. And interestingly, today's video has been shot using the front camera of the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, so you can take a look at the quality. It looks damn good. Anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get down to today's news broadcast. Alright, now before we move on to the news stories, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, don't forget to do that and hit the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever Mr. Phone puts out an awesome new tech video. Obviously, today's most important story is the leak by Ishan Agarwal of the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 8 Pro. The specs are out and the 8 Pro looks like a beast. I've taken a look at the specs and I'm completely shocked at what OnePlus is doing with the 8 Pro. It's going all out with it. Obviously, one of the things that OnePlus has clearly mentioned is that all of OnePlus's phones in 2020 will be 5G enabled. So of course the 8 Pro and the 8 should be 5G enabled, plus the rumored 8 Lite, which comes with the Dimensity chip, should also be 5G enabled. Now with the 8 Pro, what I really like about the 8 Pro is that it's a massive display for sure, but you get a 120Hz QHD plus AMOLED panel. So the panel that OnePlus has already spoken about, that's going to be there on the 8 Pro, but the 8 will continue to have a 90Hz AMOLED panel like we saw on the 70 as well. In fact, this time around, between the differences between the specs of the 8 and the 8 Pro are a lot. The 8 Pro actually comes with a 48 plus a couple of extra sensors, basically like in a quad camera setup. So that's very interesting. Whereas it's a triple camera setup on the OnePlus 8. Now there is a lot of chatter on Twitter going on. Now if you don't follow us on Twitter, don't forget to go and check out the Mr. Phone. And of course, if you want to follow my personal handle, link should be in the description below. And we are having a lot of talk about what sensors being used by the OnePlus 8 Pro, because it's a 48 megapixel sensor. So everybody was expecting the Sony IMX686 with the 64 MP sensor to be introduced on the OnePlus 8 Pro. But this looks like the 48 MP IMX689, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, after the 686, the 689 apparently is going to be better. And that is the same one that's being used on the Find X2 as well. And we all know DxOMark rated the Find X2 very high. So I have very high expectations from the cameras on the OnePlus 8 Pro. And the secondary 48 MP camera seems like it's going to be a telephoto camera. So let's see, let's wait and watch what OnePlus does with the camera implementation, because most important thing this year would be the camera implementation for sure. Now as for the rest of the specs, what are the similarities between the 8 and the 8 Pro is the Snapdragon 865 5G chipset, and apart from that you get 128 or 256 GB of storage, but and on both the phones it's a UFS 3.0 storage. I'm surprised that OnePlus didn't go with UFS 3.1, but of course, I mean, this is still a leak, so it's too soon to tell what the actual spec is going to be like. Apart from that, the battery specs have been improved drastically. Now there's a 4510 mAh battery on the OnePlus 8 Pro according to the leak, and 4300 mAh on the OnePlus 8. So the battery life should obviously, you needed bigger batteries this time around because 5G and more processing power required for Snapdragon 865 as well. However, on the OnePlus 8 Pro, the most first let's talk about wired charging. For wired charging, it's still the same OnePlus Dash Charge 30T, Warp Charge 30T, my bad. And between the OnePlus 8 Pro and the 8, both the phones come with Warp Charge 30T. But the OnePlus 8 Pro will apparently come with 30-watt fast wireless charging, and this is very interesting spec, primarily because OnePlus has always said that we want faster charging, and with wireless standards becoming faster, OnePlus might just take the leap. And it will also apparently come with 3-watt reverse wireless charging as well, so that's excellent. And something that everybody has been waiting for, it will come with IP68. So OnePlus is going all out with the OnePlus 8 Pro, and I can't wait to test it out. But the OnePlus 8 is also looking like an interesting addition, but not much of a difference between the specs of the OnePlus 8 and the OnePlus 7T, if you ask me. So let's wait and watch. What do you guys think of the OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro specs leaked by Ishan? If it is true, I am expecting the phones to be very expensive. The OnePlus 8 should start around somewhere 40,000-ish, and the OnePlus 8 Pro should definitely be above 55,000 for sure. So stay tuned for the prices, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be expensive. It's expected to launch in April, but India is a very important market, so I'm pretty sure that OnePlus is taking stock of the situation of the lockdown that's happening here before it pulls the trigger on the launch itself, because India is of course a very important market, and they'll have to figure out what the status of the lockdown is. Having said that, OnePlus 8 Pro and OnePlus 8 looks very, very interesting, and something that I'm very eager to check out. But right now I'm inside a home hold up. Well, that's life for now. Now the second news is a very interesting one as well. It's about the fact that the MIUI 11 code, which XDA, one of the XDA developers actually dug into it and found out that the Redmi K30 Pro could actually be launched as the Poco F2, and that is very, very interesting news, primarily because that is something that we all were expecting it to be the case, and now the kernel source code seems to have given away that information, and to be entirely honest, most of the times it's actually true. So yeah, I mean, the K30 Pro should be the Poco F2. I'm betting my money on it. What do you guys think? Alright, for the third news of the day, I'm going to talk about the P40 Pro, which is launching today. By the time this video goes live, I'm pretty sure that the phone might have already launched and you have all the details about it. So what I'll do is actually link the news article in the description below. So for all the details on the P40 Pro series, P40 series, which is going to be launched by Huawei today, please go and check out that news article. Now, very interestingly, the P40 has already been leaked extensively, along with the prices as well. So the P40 should come in 3 variants: the P40, the P40 Pro, and the P40 Pro Plus, of which the P40 Pro Plus we don't have much detail of. But the P40 Pro series is expected to come with Kirin 990 chip, and of course higher refresh rate displays as well, which is 90Hz AMOLED panels. Plus, most importantly, the camera specs should be incredible. Apparently they're saying that it'll be a 50 megapixel primary camera setup with yet another 40 megapixel telephoto. So looks like the telephoto cameras are getting a lot of megapixels this time around. I'm really excited about the P40 series because the Huawei's P series phones have been at the forefront of camera innovation. So I'm expecting the P40 to also take that mantle forward. But of course, I'll be tuning in 6:30 p.m. India Standard Time. Probably by the time you might have already seen, by the time this video goes live, you might have already seen it. But for now, this is all we know about the specs. I think we'll just put up a handy spec sheet for you up on the screen right now so you can take a look at it. Let's move on to the next news story. Alright, so for the next story, this one is not very important for India. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab A launch in the US, which is apparently being launched with the Verizon network. So this is an LTE enabled tablet for $279, which is around 21,000 rupees, and it's a very weird specification. It's got an Exynos 7904 Full HD plus resolution and on the display, and a 5000 mAh battery, and of course 3 GB and 32 GB of storage. That's just, I mean, and it's expandable though, for what it's worth. I don't know, I mean, this tablet might not fly in India, but if it comes at a lower, like 15,000-ish price range with slightly better RAM and ROM variant, then maybe it might just sell. But otherwise, you can, even for any tablet purpose, if you want to buy any tablet, I think even today the iPad is the best tablet out there. Alright, for the final news of the day, after Xiaomi, Realme, Vivo, quite a few others out there, even Nokia has stopped production and suspended all services and finishing off of pending orders up until the lockdown exists, primarily because movement is going to be very difficult and phones are not essential services at the moment. So Nokia is going to take a look at take a stock of the situation after the lockdown ends. So Nokia is also not going to sell phones if you were planning on buying one, that is. Alright guys, so that was our final news story of the day, and with that we end the coverage. So do let us know if you want any changes to this format, and maybe we can just add one question that I answer in the end. If you guys have anything that you want to ask, I shall do that as well. But if you haven't checked out our Insta Live series yet, you should go check it out. We're doing one every day, so it should be fun. So you guys must go and definitely check it out. Alright, so that's it from me. I'm Ershad from Mr. Phone. Goodbye and Godspeed now.